Hey, how are you doing? Recently, we have intensive media coverage on bribery and the corruption case over Tokyo Olympic Games. So I just want to explain the overview of this corruption case on this video. So how it all began was like Japanese men's clothing mass retailer company called Aoki, which was the official sponsor of the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, was suspected of giving a bribe to the director of Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Tokyo Olympic Games, Haruyuki Takahashi, when Aoki made sponsorship agreements with the Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Tokyo Olympic Games. This corruption case has become known publicly since July this year, which was 1 year after the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021. And so this deal was secretly made between Hironori Aoki, the former chairman of Aoki Holdings, and Haruyuki Takahashi, in the name of a manager of the consulting firm called Commons. So in September 2017, Aoki Holdings asset management company called Anniversary Holdings secretly made a corruptive agreement with a consulting firm called Commons, represented by Takahashi. So over this agreement, Takahashi suggested Aoki to become the official sponsor of 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. So in return for becoming the official sponsor of the Tokyo Olympic Games, Aoki had paid from 500,000 yen to 1 million yen monthly, total 51 million yen to the bank account in the name of the consulting firm Commons, represented by Takahashi for over 5 years. And moreover, Aoki requested Takahashi to discount the sponsorship agreement fee from 1.5 billion yen. That was the minimum line. That was a minimum line as the official sponsor of the Tokyo Olympic Games to its half, 750 million yen. In return for having Takahashi meet this request, Aoki firstly paid 250 million yen out of 750 million yen in the name of advance payment, not to the Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Tokyo Olympic Games, but to a subsidiary of the major advertising agency called Dentsu that was involved in a selection of sponsors of the Olympic Games as one of the managing sections of the Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Tokyo Olympic Games, in charge of sponsorship marketing in response to Takahashi's demand of advance payment. So 150 million yen out of 250 million yen was distributed to consulting firm Commons, represented by Takahashi. And the rest of advance payment was distributed to Japan Equestrian Federation or Japan Sailing Federation, which are the members of JOC, through advertising agency such as ADK. A part of 150 million yen that Takahashi had received was applied to the payment of debt of steak restaurant managed by Takahashi in Tokyo. So in addition, Aoki was suspected of handing 2 million yen to the former Prime Minister of Japan, Yoshiro Mori, who was the chairman of the Tokyo Organizing Committee of Tokyo Olympic Games. So in October 2018, 1 year after the corruptive agreement between Aoki and Takahashi, Aoki was selected as an official sponsor of 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games. But having said that Aoki was the official sponsor of the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, the given privilege as an official sponsor was the smallest, like Aoki was restricted to use company logo to public places as one of the sponsors of Tokyo Olympic Games. But Aoki proactively got actively involved in the management of Tokyo Olympic Games, like selling Olympic official goods like suits and uniforms for Japanese representatives. And the amount of sponsorship fee that Aoki had paid was externally disclosed as more than 1.5 billion yen. But Aoki took the position of the official sponsor of the Tokyo Olympic Games at 500 million yen. That was only the 30% of the regular sponsorship fee, 1.5 billion yen, through Takahashi's arrangement. So on August 17th, Takahashi, the former director of the Tokyo Organizing Committee of the Tokyo Olympic Games, and 3 executives of Aoki Holdings were detained under the suspicion of bribery by Tokyo District's Special Investigation Department of Public Prosecutor's Office of Japan. And recently, the suspicion that Takahashi also got involved in selecting Kanagawa, which is the Japanese major publishing company, as the official sponsor, same as Aoki, was revealed by ensuing investigation from the District Public Prosecutor's Office.